Hi, my name is Brent Atwater and I'm the Animal Medium. Welcome to our weekly show. Today's question comes from Shirley and it is, how long does it take for an animal to vacate their pet suit? Well, vacating the pet suit starts about 48 to 24 hours prior to transition. And the reason we use transition is because the living energy that has been in the fur, finned, or feathered body leaves and vacates that fur suit as a cocoon and transitions over the death line and then goes into living energy sparkler form on the other side. So what does that mean? That means 48 hours to 24 hours prior to transition, your pet's energy will start drawing up in its heart chakra to leave. And if you watch energy and see energy like I do, it looks like a counterclockwise purple swirling energy that's going upward. Okay? And as it goes counterclockwise, it gets more and more black holes in it until it becomes totally black and the fursuit is black. And that means that there's no more living energy in the vacated cocoon or fursuit. Right? Now, when a pet does that, they cross over and they become living energy on the other side in sparkler form. So they can start as early as 48 hours out, then to 24 hours out. But sometimes when a pet gets hit by a car, they will immediately like zip, jump out of their fursuit and they're gone and they feel no pain. And a lot of the times when they have a stroke or an aneurysm, it's zip out of the fursuit. So you as the owner are going, but I wasn't there for them. What could I do? I just feel so guilty about this. Hey, they didn't have any pain. It's like zippity-doo-dah. They were out of their fursuit. Let me give you an example that was really touching to me. I watched my cat, Ugly, the most beautiful of them all, who was 23 years old, vacate her fursuit. And normally when you see an animal having seizures at the end of their life, and it's in the final hours of their life, what they're trying to do is to get out of their fursuit. So I heard Ugly go thump, and I went in there and I went, oh no, she's had a stroke, and she had, and I could tell her head was set, and she was lying there, and she was beginning to get a little stiff, and I picked her up, and I put my finger in front of her nose, and she flipped her tail. And I knew when she flipped her tail that she knew it was Mom sitting there, and I said, oh, Ugly, you have been with me for 23 and a half years. I love you so much, but don't stay for me. I release you to do what's best for you. And I put my hands over top of her, and I said, from the love of my heart, I send you my life force energy to set you free and to use as you so choose. Well, I knew it was going to be a while because I looked at her aura and I knew we were within the last half an hour of her leaving. So I sat with her. And then all of a sudden she had this most horrific seizure. And any other time I would have gone absolutely crazy watching her just going with this seizure because it was tearing my heart out. But this time I didn't. I actually acted like a cheerleader. Go, 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 Ugly, go. Go, 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 Ugly, go. And you're thinking, is this bluster man? No, because what I understood was Ugly was trying to vacate her fursuit. And it was like, have you ever tried to get out of wet pantyhose or a wet bathing suit on a hot day and it just sticks to you and you just like, oh, ugh, I just can't get out of this bathing suit. Well, that's what Ugly was doing. She wasn't really having seizures per se. She was jerking and twitching because she was trying to get out of that fursuit to go to the light and be on the other side. So I was going, go, Ugly, go. And then she had one huge center. And I went, all right, girlfriend, you go. And I was so proud of her that she allowed me to be with her when I watched her having these seizures because it wasn't about seizures. It was about Ugly getting out of that tight fursuit that she had been in for 24 and a half years. 23 to 24, we never quite knew her age, and leaving to be a beautiful sparkler form. So I took her body and I took it outside and I said a prayer over it. And then I came in and had a major breakdown as a human being and cried for about a week because my ugly kitty was gone. But I knew that when she had the seizure, she was just leaving her fursuit. So don't be guilty about that if your pet has gifted you the opportunity to die in your presence and to die in your hands or to be right there while you're watching them vacate their fursuit. And if you're helping them at a vet's transition, look at their eyes. If they're glazed over, they're already halfway out. There is no pain. So I hope that answers the question of how long does it take an animal to vacate their pet suit. It can be as long as 48 hours, but usually it's much quicker. And when they have seizures that appear to be physical seizures, it's just them, I got to get out of this thing as quick as I can so I can go to the other side and be sparkler for them. So I said a prayer for Ugly. And I knew she was alive and well on the other side. And that night she came up and curled right beside me, and I said, "Good girl." Except this time she doesn't have a fursuit. But I knew she was in my heart, and I knew she was in my space. Because she had lived with me for 23 some odd years. And she wasn't about to leave me then. She just had to get rid of the old nasty fursuit that didn't serve her anymore. Hope this helps you. Stay tuned. Check out our archives. Subscribe. We do this weekly or bi-weekly, and we look forward to having your questions. You can send them to me via my website. Go to our Facebook group. You can join us and ask your questions there, or you can send them to me via Twitter or Instagram. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to your suggestions, and hey, we travel to different cities. Get a group together. Email us and see if your application is chosen, and I'll come and talk to your pets. Thanks for listening. Bye-bye.